Good morning. Welcome to episode number 9 of the Got Stitches Floss Tube Crafting World. However you want to put us. We are a crafting Zoom, or not Zoom, podcast. We have knitting, crocheting, sewing, hand quilting for Sarah, cross stitch. Am I covering all the crafts?
I think so.
I don't think we've done any others as of right now.
Any kind of stitch you can think of.
Yeah. Any stitching or yarn related, pretty much at some point or another, me or Sarah have done that.
Yeah.
And we like to share what we do. So today is January 19th. It is a Friday. It's a very cold Friday. I am Nicci. I'm where you can find me is on Instagram as Nicci Stitchin' Nicci 79, on Ravelry as Nicci 52879. The podcast email is always linked down below, which is stitchinnicci79@gmail.com. And my Goodreads is always linked down below. Am I forgetting anywhere else where to find me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I am Sarah. You can find me on Ravelry as Sarah with an H - Belle with an E at the end. On Instagram as @stitchinginthestands. And I'm going to try out TikTok, and I kept it as @stitchinginthestands, but I haven't done anything yet because I don't know. I don't feel like I'm that cool to make videos. But
whole nother
I'm giving it a try. My daughter was like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "I'm not telling you yet."
Amelia?
No, Vivian.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, she'll troll me. She trolls her sister in TikTok. She will troll me oh yeah, her and her friends will troll me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Admin, I always forget to mention this. We do run a Zoom every Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock Central Time to 8. Well, it goes normally later than that.
Mm-hmm.
I normally am out of there by 8 o'clock because under normal circumstances, I'm up at 3:45 in the morning to go to work every day and home at 5 p.m. So like by that time, I'm pretty much done for the world and need to sleep. And then every third Saturday of the month, so this Saturday would be our third Saturday of the month, is at 7 to 9 Central Time. And all that information with the password and the room number is always down below. But I wanted to make sure I said this here in the beginning because otherwise I forget till the end.
I wrote it down.
Or I remember after in Sarah's editing, so
yeah,
wanted to make sure I mentioned that. And also that we want to thank all new and returning viewers. I know that we picked up quite a few after Sarah's whip parade and after mine last, a couple months ago now, I think. And I just always keep forgetting with everything else going on. So I want to thank you all very much for finding us, and stay tuned for more things.
Yep.
So where would you like to go to first, Sarah, today?
Isn't it usually finishes? I got none. I tried. It's taken too long, but yeah, I tried.
I do have a few. I have one cross stitch finish and one knitting finish.
Okay.
And now I lost. Okay, here it is. So my cross stitch finish is like oops. I was trying to start my blessing sampler for 2024, which is just, I guess you start any sampler January 1st and you finish by January 31st. So I started sooner or later than what you're supposed to, but that's fine as long as you get it done.
Yeah.
Well, the colors that were on the chart, I didn't particularly think like could be like an all winter long. The red and green to me like represents Christmas. So once it started going, I was like, nope, like I don't like it. So I turned it into a little it'll be an ornament for my nephew.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the 2024 hidden right there. I started the snowman obviously, and then I just stopped them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put in Warren. And I should have maybe charted it, but I think it turned out pretty cute.
Yeah.
And then I finished filling in the snowman. Like I just had his outline.
Yeah.
So everybody now, all my nieces and nephews are gonna get a form of this with their name.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first one. And later on you'll see what that was supposed to look like. And then I'm trying to find where my stitch markers I just put in or had in. I was doing the Stitch by Number by Stephen West. I was up here last time you guys saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did finish it. I haven't blocked it. That's why it's still curling. So
Mm.
all finished. My mom has now decided she wants a shawl after seeing this one.
She doesn't want the same one, right?
No, but she's always been like, she's always like, oh no, I don't like shawls. I don't wear them. And she's like, maybe I do want a shawl.
She wants a wrap.
Because she realizes like you wear them like a scarf.
Yeah.
Or a cowl because it hangs right here.
Yeah.
And to her, like me, when I first started, when I first got into knitting, I'm like, a shawl, those are, no offense to anybody, so don't come kill me, was like old lady-ish to me. I'm like, all I could think of is like the prayer shawls that like you see at churches with like, in the front row.
You're in the rocking chair.
Right. Right.
The bun and the tiny glasses, and yeah.
And they're always like the white or the off-white.
Yeah.
Or the pale yellow.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm not making that. So, but it is finished. I am very, very glad.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with it. So, I love those colors.
That's really pretty.
Working with black is a new form of torture. Just saying. So, those are my two finishes, and I'm quite proud of them.
Yeah. Yeah, Nicci wouldn't let me see the Stitch by Number.
The only person who saw was Heather.
Yeah.
So, and Heather does say hi to everybody. And I did try to get her to come on with us this morning. And the thing is she's 2 hours behind me and Sarah for time zones. So right now she is literally getting her children onto the bus and out the door.
Yeah.
But she did say to tell everybody hi. And she has not been crafting much, but she does what she can.
Yeah.
So now we will go into whips,
okay,
which is our works in progress for anybody who doesn't know.
All right.
And I will let Sarah show a couple because she has more than me.
Oh, I do. Okay. Well, on my list I have crochet first, so I'll start there. I actually sat and I made a list by like before.
You're getting organized.
I was trying. I did it like 10 minutes before I got on, but yes. Okay. So I said in the whip parade I was going to move some projects to my car to have as like on the go projects for like, drop off pickup line, in the winter your air pressure drops and the line at the tire place is long to get it filled because it's free, that kind of stuff. So I did put all of my scrappies that I've had, but I've mainly grabbed the corner to corner speedy blanket, or I just say that's the pattern. That's what it's called on Ravelry. It's a free pattern, but it's just
corner.
It's a corner to corner. Yeah, it's basic. So I did get a bit done because I also had like a family thing that we were sitting and talking, and it just helps to have something in my hands that I don't have to focus on. So I believe, because I didn't think to put it in, but I knew I was close to when I changed yarn. This is where I was last time. This doesn't look like a lot of progress, but
But it is.
it is. It is, especially since I had to I had to tear out an entire row because I forgot how to increase in corner to corner. I got
Oh
to the end
no.
of the row and I'm like, oh, I did that wrong. And so I ripped it back and it was okay though. So yeah, I'm
I
getting some
love that color.
traction. Yeah, I do. I think because I have a lot of this, it's Karen Big Cakes. I ordered this like as everything was shutting down for the pandemic. I like put in an order through Joann's or Michael's and was like, send it to me. And this was supposed to be a different blanket. So I ordered 7
Oh wow.
because it's a big blanket and it just didn't work out. So I've had it. I used 2 of them for my friend's chemo blanket. So I still have like 4 or 5 of them. So I think I'm gonna do 2 balls, 2 cakes, and then I'll use the next 2 cakes to decrease.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like one of those blankets. You can just always have one going. All right.
One more.
One more. My other crochet. Oh, I have 3 crochet. Another crochet. This is also a new start. Is the mix and match modern crochet. So it's an around the table Project Monday class, and we just had the first one. It's this book, and this book is really cool in that it's almost like a Stitch dictionary.
Oh, nice.
So it's separated. It gives you information. They use sheep jizz, not scrumptious, color crafter in theirs. I'm kind of making it a Scrappy in that I'm just pulling yarn. Probably all Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, so it's all similar. So I'm doing worsted. So I am using a 4mm hook because I want it to be dense. I don't want it to be
Okay.
heavy. Right now I'm using a 4mm, depending on the stitch pattern, because as you can see, it could be, so it's broken up into sections. They give you sample blankets, so you could choose if you particularly like
Oh,
those.
that's cool.
I think one person at least chose one of those, and it's broken down into classic, texture, mosaic, fillet, embellishment, ribbing and cables, tapestry, baubles, puffs, and popcorns. They have some extra like tapestry crochet, was like extra ones behind that. And so we went into the classic, and I chose to do the double crochet through the back loop only. And typically for this, how they do it in the book is you start the short side,
Oh,
make a strip. And I'm doing that for this one because I want it to start and end with it.
okay.
I think that would look nice. And then I am going to, this is not how the book does it, I am then going to work it up instead of making strips. And so I will just pick up through the edge. Because that just makes sense to me. Rather than sitting
Yeah,
there
I mean,
and
rather than having to
sew
match
it all
stitch
together.
all together.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm more confident in making my own changes in crochet. So I don't have a problem doing that. I had messaged someone in the group during, was like, what do you think about this? And she's like, let's talk later after the class. And yeah, we kind of talked it through. And yeah, so yeah, very cool book. I got it, you can buy it through Around the Table and Around the Table Yarns. I typed in Around the Table, and that is not a yarn store when you type that in. AroundTheTableYarns.com.
And I will link it down below. And that's out of Cleveland, Ohio.
But yeah, this is a very cool book. Just it's like a Stitch dictionary. So yeah, very cool. That's my second crochet. I have a
So you
third.
can either do one more or I can go back and forth and you have
I
two at
mean,
the
my
end.
next one's kind of small. So this one, it's not my fault. Someone sent it to me and they were going to do it with me and then they quit. because they didn't like it. They didn't, it wasn't what they were feeling. Where'd it go? Here it is. So this is, it is a mini Scrappy Granny, and it threw me. And so you're supposed to do a continuous join as you go. It's through at Emma C Makes on Instagram. She has some posts about it. Looked interesting. I'm not joining it as I go. I'm not doing the continuous join as you go because with me being a lefty crocheter, I didn't feel like looking up videos and figuring it out how to do it lefty because it's different. It is different. It doesn't work. So I'm actually just slip stitching it together as I go after I finish, and it's different. It is a free. She gives a tutorial on YouTube, so I'm not giving anything away. Her granny squares are different. Let's see if you can see what's different.
Not so much.
It's not clusters.
Oh, okay.
So you have your corner space clusters, but then you
Yeah.
go through each double crochet instead of doing granny clusters. So it's a little bit of a different granny square. It's not the traditional, but it still has it. I added a round because I'm not doing the join as you go, and I think I like the look of it better with that extra round. And
Gotcha.
I'm just grabbing yarns as I go. It uses such a small amount of yarn, so if you have a tiny little ball that isn't enough for the other Scrappy squares, this is a good one. And
Have you measured out how many grams it is? Like to do one?
I haven't. I need to. I'm using a 3mm hook
Nice.
for that one. All right, that's all my crochet.
I have 0 crochet this time. So I have 2 knitting projects. I'll show the first one, and it is my Felici socks. I can't remember the name of this Felici though. Felici is a yarn by Knit Picks. And this one is Rose Garden, and it is a retired one, but
isn't all Felici retired?
I think they just came out with a new. They come out with new colorways, and then like they're out for like 6 months, and then they're gone.
No, I heard they were getting rid of Felici.
Oh, really?
I thought they were, yeah. Like they're replacing it with something, but I thought I could be wrong, but I swear I heard they were getting rid of Felici, which made no sense to me.
Right, because I feel like it's one of their #1 sellers, like when it comes out. But
I could
last time you saw it, I was here at the mouse. So I turned the heel, and I've gotten a few rows after it. Sorry, there's no way to show this easily right after a heel turn. The cords just get all crazy. But this is my second sock, so I'm getting there. You are up.
All right, I have one knitting, and it is this. It's my anthology. My goal is to do 2 colors per week. I've got the color done. So last time, where is it? Gotta find the card. Last time I was there, so I got this color done, and I meant to do this color next, and I just grabbed the yarn that was sitting next to me. So it's this one.
Nice.
I meant to change it. This is like my Mardi Gras section. That's what it looks like. LSU or Mardi Gras to me. It looks like
Mardi Gras is coming up, so there's that.
It looks like, what is it? The Minnesota Vikings to other people?
Yep.
But to me, it's Mardi Gras or LSU. I'm doing this on, can I read it? 3s, because
oh wow,
I stitch loose.
Yeah, that's some little needles.
This fingering weight.
I know. I'm thinking like my socks are on a 1.5, so like you're not further much above me.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not as dense. It's like lace work and stuff, so it needs to be bigger. But yeah, that's my only knit.
And my last knitting project is my I'm trying to make sure this doesn't fall off the needles. Sorry, Fantastitch by Stephen West. So the last time you guys saw it, I was here in the ribbing section. So I am getting this blown out by the sunlight today. But I am on like the painting brick section.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have 2 more sections and then border sections. So
Mm-hmm.
I have it mapped out like I was talking to Sarah before we started recording. Like I want this done by February 1st. So I counted how many rows I have. In order to have this done by then, I have to do 5 rows a day. So that is my goal. All this yarn is Micheal's Creations. And instead of doing it in fingering weight, I am doing it in sport weight. So, and I am doing the large version. So let's hope I don't run out of yarn. But there it all is in its glory.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty.
So I move my stitch marker up because otherwise I will forget.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing if it has a picture in her. Pull things up. It's not in there. Oh, yeah.
Are we moving into cross stitch now?
Yeah, because I don't have anything sewing.
Okay.
That will, oh, can't wait. That starts after today. I'm very, I don't know when it's starting. I don't know. But soon I have a new project coming with sewing. I'm very excited about it.
Excuse me, sorry.
I don't remember if I actually have worked on this one since the whip parade, but I've definitely worked on it since the last regular episode, so I'll show it. My Heaven and Earth stitch along. I am doing the Merry Mushroom Picnic. And I'm very excited because I was watching FlossTube and I did not know that all of the stitch along things are actually pieces of a bigger project.
Oh, yeah.
And I found the Merry Mushroom. It is 80 pages. And I'm going to do all 3 mushrooms and the Merry. Oh, I want to do them all.
You want to do all 4?
Oh, yes.
So the 3 minis and then the giant one?
And when we say minis, the minis are 60,000 stitches.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. So here is the.
And I will say that that's not a mini, that's a standard. They just took sections of it.
This is what I am doing for the stitch along. I've gotten this through here. Like I haven't hit the red mushroom yet. So this is what I've got. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. Very much obsessed with it.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, even since we did your whip parade,
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have the full first page done yet.
No, that's the no, I did the first page.
Okay.
I have decided that I want to get a page done a month. Although now I'm finding out that the next update won't be full pages or something. I don't know. They said it's going to be smaller because if it's 60,000 stitches, the first release was 22,000.
Okay.
So they said they're going to be smaller. I want to show this.
You're good.
I'm very excited. This is the entire. Yeah. I'm so excited. So this is what I am doing. This is another one, this one with the fairy on it. And then this one with the tree in the back. Mm-hmm. That's the third one that they offered through the sale. So I will have all of those. And what's scary is what if I find out there's more minis?
More what?
More pieces.
Oh my.
I love them. I need to get a bigger box for all the, it's like.
You need a whole like toolbox.
I know. It is, okay, the large format is 74 pages. Wait, I'm in the wrong one. Hold on. I don't want a regular chart. I'm doing the max color. Stop it. I basically need to get the DMC box. It is the large format, which that's what I'm going to do, is 80 pages, and it's 240 colors.
Oh my gosh.
So excited.
You might as well just say you need one of every single color in.
I know, that's why I said I should just get that $500. I can't afford that. I'm gonna I was gonna change that to my Leap Day Sal, but I think I want to take time to purchase. Like, I'll purchase for the next mushroom maybe.
Okay.
And then I'll have all those colors and kind of go that way, and then get one of those multi-stack boxes for bobbins, because the one stack isn't big enough. 240 colors. I'm very excited by it. Sorry.
No, you're good.
So I'm gonna do a
Heather
page a month.
sent me a message and asked a question. So
Okay, your turn.
all right. So like I showed you, I had started my sampler. That's how I got Warren's Christmas ornament for next year. So then I restarted, but here is, so I have the whole entire snowman. So now I just have to start the rest of it. I think if I did this right, what Sarah told me to do.
I suggested she make an album or favorite pictures to make them easy to find when she needs them.
So that's what it'll look like when it's all said and done. I bought the PDF version, and I don't need to print it while I'm here at my mom's recovering. So I just have the alphabet and the scarf. So, which I don't think should take that long. Because like I said, I do have the start of the scarf here. I do have the snowflake here and the first star. So I'm thinking I should be able to whip that out quite quickly because I like letters. So
I like going all the way across with the letters, the whole line, and then as they build, it looks so cool.
I do like doing that typically, but because I have just my smaller hoops here, I'm just doing whatever fits in that hoop, and then I move the hoop.
Okay. No. All right. My next one is Gilmoreisms. I've been doing pretty good at getting it done in a day. I didn't get it done on Monday this time. I don't remember why. I mean, my kids were home a bunch, so that's probably why.
I was gonna say Martin Luther King, you had both the girls home, and then Tuesday they were both home.
Yeah. So this was the third week, and it is 1,000 yellow daisies. I had to do the yellow more than once. I just was having problems because this brown was very dense, so it was very hard to see the individual stitches to backstitch that yellow correctly. So I had to do it a couple times. It still isn't like great. I'm doing, yeah, I'm doing 2/1, and then I am using one thread for the back stitching.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Did you try 2 strands of back stitching?
I probably should have on the yellow, but I was having a rough day, well, I mean,
right.
I did it on Tuesday.
I'm not there on mine. That's why I'm like trying to think like, okay, learn from Sarah's,
I usually am fine with one. The problem was that it was very hard for me to see individual stitches in the brown because it's 2/1.
Yeah.
Very dense. And I've definitely gotten used to 1/1 on the 25 count. And I think this one's 18 count.
So I will show mine, seeing Sarah just showed hers. Mind you that the majority of this work I did while I was recovering on pain pills still. So I refused to do the actual stitching. I was just doing frames. I'm like, oh, I can't screw that up. It's just lines. Yeah, you can still screw that up, Nicci. You can still screw that up. First two boxes are great. I forgot to put the third one in, and I put the
I was
end
gonna
one.
say.
So I have to rip all of this box out and then rip this box out.
You can't cut your thread at some point.
I don't know right now. Like
I
just
would go to the
that.
bottom wherever you stitch last on that long one.
Oh yeah, it's right here because I still have it hanging. Once I realized it, I just took it off the hoop and threw it in its bag.
Oh,
And
because you did just straight across.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. By the way, that 1,000 Yellow Daisies was I've been tracking my stitches weekly. So my Hade, the Heaven and Earth, I did um wait. Why am I off? I'm on Where's the week? Oh, that is the week. This is where I get not yelled at, but made fun of. Again, I don't think I'm that.
You don't get made fun of. I
Oh,
mean,
I don't get made fun of. For my Hade last week, I did 4,465 stitches for the week. For Gilmoreisms, I did 499 because I'm doing the frame and the week. And this week I did 658 for the 1,000 Yellow Daisies. And yeah.
and I keep track of mine also in my book of days, but I go through mine at the end of the month. But I don't put in as many stitches as Sarah does a day. They're like, okay, yesterday I worked on my sampler. The only reason I know this is because I just wrote it down last night before going to bed, obviously. And it was 468 stitches that I put in. And that was just pretty much the everything was outlined in the bottom part of the snowman. And I just had to fill him in. And then I went over, did that snowflake and the star and the little part of the scarf.
Yeah, my goal is generally, and again, I know this now.
It's your personal goal, so nobody should
Per
judge you.
project, I like to get 500 stitches a day per project I work on.
And
So,
I, with Whipco, try to get 1,000 stitches per project per month. But
yeah,
I'm not a stay-at-home mom anymore.
no.
You know, typically I'm working a 58-hour work week. So
And
do
I
what
would
makes
say a
you
lot
happy.
of times my stitching's in the evening.
Yeah.
I don't always get it done during the day, so I still manage to hit 1,000 a day.
And that's fine. If that's what you want
I
to do,
know.
then nobody should be judging you for that. I
No,
will say
they
that
don't
now.
really judge, but
I think they tease you.
they tease me. Yes, I get teased mercilessly.
And after a while,
Yeah.
it does feel like you're being
No,
picked on.
I don't. No, I know it's joking. It's just I still don't think I'm that fast. I would love
You
to
are.
be faster.
You get to show your next one because I know that you're waiting to show the evil one.
Oh, that one?
Your full coverage, your other full coverage.
I want to be done. So
This is when
one,
people pick on her right now, when she whines.
this is when I got
But
picked on last night. Yeah. I won after working on 25 count, going to 14 count. Oh, it's giant. It's giant after me working on mainly. So this is the steps. It's a loops and threads kit from Michael's. This is also where I get messed with, but I actually do it intentionally. It is my oldest whip.
and no. No sympathy.
So it's from September, which is when I started stitching. Actually, I think I started late August when I was looking back at some pictures, but still.
Yeah, I was looking at your pictures and I think it was August.
August, but but I think this is actually from
September.
probably from late August because which isn't much difference. I want to be done. I want to be done. I told myself I love full coverage now. I love it. And I do like it. This is a paper pattern. And I know some people love paper patterns, and that's great. I like my digital. It's so much easier. I don't have to have something special to hold it. It's always slipping off my lap, and then having to pick it up instead of just look at a screen to fill in all these white. I'm stuck on white right now because how I stitch, I do not start from the center. I don't like it. I've had to do it for a few things. I don't like it. I start from the top. Last time, I think all I had done was like that
Yep.
much. So I've done this since Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
And I kind of quickly calculated, like I took the pattern because it's a circle, so it's hard to do this by that. I kind of took what was square, and that was over 5,000. So I'm guessing this is probably like 8,000 stitches minimum. I want it done. I want to be done because I said when I finish this, I can work on my Christmas full coverage that I started. But I want to get this off the hoop.
I would say white on white stitching is the worst. Like, I feel like it's the worst thing ever.
It's because it's so silly. I hate fill in, but confetti's not great either. I like when there's like batches, and for the mountains, it's hard to have the batches because you can see it's like
Yeah.
I'm loving looking at it from afar. Like I
Yeah.
can see the shading, which is really cool. Um, but I have to keep picking up and counting, and I can't look at the screen. And I need to tape my pattern because it's ripping. And
You could take your pattern and take a picture of it and put it into Pattern Keeper. Pattern Keeper? No, Knit Companion.
I know.
That's what I've done.
Well, I've barely been working in here because I think Nicci knows. Lately, whenever I try to stitch in here on Zoom, and I think it's because I'm lazy about fixing my pillow behind my neck, I end up with a really bad headache.
Yeah.
So I've mainly been stitching in my room. So I have a very nice scanner in here that I could get a really good copy of it. Have I done it? No. I just sit
Who's
there.
to blame that it's hard to work
I
on?
just sit there and complain about it. And last night I was like, this is taking forever. And they're like, no, don't talk to me. I have no pity for you. I was like, I know. Mm. It's not evil. It's honestly, I enjoyed this part
Yeah.
because it's like batches. But here, probably to here-ish, it's all that, some batches, some confetti. And I
Yeah.
just kind of pick a color, work it through a reasonable section. So work it through here, go to the next color. So I'm kind of like, okay, what's the next color in the mountains? So I'm kind of working that way. That's how I choose my stitches color. I want it to be done.
My next piece is my temperature tree, so I will show you where it was last time.
Mhm.
So that's where I was last time we filmed. And I made that kind of like my last week's focus. And I tried to get as much done as I could every day, which I was trying to do a branch every 2 days. So sorry for all the threads, but when you're doing the colors, like it's just easier for me to keep them. So I'm on to May. So I have all the way through April done. And I think it looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming.
Yeah. And my last stitch is a long dog sampler. Oh, did I get rid of it? Oh, well, that was stupid. I had it pulled up and then I went looking for the Mary Mushroom and used that screen. It is a long dog sampler, the wedding, and This is what it looks like, what it will look like in different colors. I am still, I think for this part, I was asking Tuesday for opinions. Most people said to put where we got married, which is
Like the city and
the
state.
city where we got married, yeah. Because I was like, do I put where we got married or do I put where we live? And there was also a suggestion of putting my kids' names,
Yeah.
but I think I'm gonna put where the actual town we got married in. Um, so this is what it looks like. The last time you saw it, I had like a lot much done, I think. And this is one of my, I try to do 500 stitches a day on it. Which
Nice.
when you're filling these in, it works. So I'm just trying to get it around. Um, I'm interested to see how backstitching goes with. I think this is 25. It could be 28. It could be 32. I don't remember. But it's minimum 25 count, and yeah, it was tiny. You can't even see it. Um,
I was gonna say, is that the whole border?
mhm. I don't mind
Really?
it being small though, because I envision this like going on the piano with our wedding picture next to it.
Right, right. I was in shock that you said that that's the whole entire border.
Yeah, because I'm doing it on such a small count. But I didn't want it to be like the super huge thing. I mean, I
Right.
didn't, again, I mean, obviously I had to look it up to see how much fabric I needed, and I made sure I had enough fabric. But again, you give me dimensions, I have no idea what that's going to look like. In the end. So there are
Uh,
4 of these motifs across. So I'm halfway through the 3rd one. I assume by the end of the day, I will hopefully get this part down, and by tomorrow I should be starting the other side of this, which means by
Hopefully
Monday,
you'll have the entire frame.
yeah, I'll have the whole frame done. Oh yeah, I have the bottom, duh. So probably by Monday I'll be on the inside. So I have to actually sit there and chart out our initials, the date, and
Yeah.
the location. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. As long as I'm not super tired and put the stitches the wrong place 3 times, I'm enjoying it. I love it. I've only done that once.
My last one um is my Born to Hunt off of Etsy. This is where I was last time you guys saw it. And this is where I am now.
Mhm.
And because I'm not home, I don't know where my mom keeps her iron, so
Mm.
but I love it. So I have to start there's a deer right here.
Mhm.
And then the rest of the words will go underneath. So I'm hoping pretty shortly. This is pulled for WhipGo, one of my WhipGo pulls off my cross stitch board. So I have 200, I did 228 stitches
Mhm.
since WhipGo because this I worked on also 12 by 12. So I got that's how many stitches I have so far. I would like to get to 1,000,
Mhm.
and I'm sure with that deer head I will.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of
Um,
fun.
the stitch by number, speaking of WhipGo, stitch by number was a WhipGo call. I got it finished. I got over 10 hours of work on it because it's a bigger shawl.
Than
Um,
Pearl Rose.
right. Then my other WhipGo call for cross stitch, I've decided is no longer going to be a project for me, period. It is being pulled out,
Oh
is the
no.
thread will be put back into my stash, and so will the floss. And I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
And so I will no longer be doing pandemic.
Oh no.
No, it is not my style. It is not something that I'm enjoying.
Yeah.
I was just, to keep going because I started it, just why do that to myself?
Yeah.
I'm going to use. So I bought 2 samplers, or not 2 samplers, 2 wedding pieces for the same person, and I just got to decide which one I'm going to do. And so all I have left for Whip Go is my knitting cross stitch one, and I can't work on that till next week, Tuesday, when I get back to my own home, because it is a Scrappy blanket that I did not bring with me to my mother's.
Mm.
So,
Okay. All right.
and it won't be a finish. It'll be, I'm going to get 10 hours done on this and put it to the side.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So,
That's all my projects.
so we have his plans and purchases.
Oh, the plans. I didn't even put plans. You saw the needles on the back. It's like, why is there a needle back here? One of my purchases, I'm very excited. We all know where it's going to end up. It's going to be my Leap Day Sal, which I also need to. I joined a group where they're doing a Leap Day Sal 2024 to 2028. Now I know that Mary Mushroom would take me that 4 years. But because it is a lot of floss, and I do want to do the 3 minis or standard, whatever, regular size ones first.
Yeah.
They're mini compared to the big one. That's why I call them minis. I know it's going to take me time to get all the floss, and I'm okay with that. So I need to start getting my supplies for the Doctor Who Starry Night project.
So are you still sticking with the Doctor Who for starting out?
So, yeah.
Okay.
And I already got the needle minder. I already got a needle minder for it. Look at it. I was too excited. I use it right away. So I got that. And I bought off Amazon 2 packs, 2 12 packs. They're like generic sew tights. So there was another color in there. It is on my wedding sampler. Because I was taking the ones Nicci gave me, and as I switch projects, switching. Because 2 have disappeared, and I have a feeling they're in a child's bedroom.
Oh.
I have a feeling, because they're not where I put them. I put them over there, and I've looked. I have a feeling they're in a child's bedroom. So I ordered more of these. I just got them off Amazon. It was like $20 for the 2 packs. So, yeah. And I ordered Sharpies, because I bought Sharpies to mark my bobbins, and it has to be the felt tip. It can't be the pointy metal tip, because that won't write on the bobbins. No. It has to be like the more felty one. So I bought Electric Pop in the colors, and so it's lots of colors. But yeah, so I got this point. This works on the plastic bobbins the best. And I need to get a little mini bottle of alcohol, yes, to erase them as I need to. Yes. Oh, I bought a crochet pattern. I bought 2. Well, I haven't bought one of them. Okay. This is a plan. My daughter is like most teens. We all know what's the magic purchase.
Yep.
The impossible thing to find is the Valentine Day Stanley tumbler. So I always make my kids like a little something, nothing big for Valentine's Day. That's what she's getting. She's gonna kill me. I do plan on videoing it as she opens it, because I'm gonna make sure it looks like a Stanley wrapped.
Oh no.
Oh yes, I'm gonna have so much fun with it.
She is going to like be so mean after she opens that.
I can't wait. It's gonna be hilarious.
For you.
Yeah. And then I favorited some things on Etsy. I haven't quite decided, but I think I'm gonna do, well, okay, so I'm going between, you're gonna see my screen for a little bit, but I am thinking this for Amelia.
Okay.
Isn't that really cute? This is more the style of what I tend to do for them for Valentine's Day, just something small. Like I'm not a big Valentine. Or this one, because Viv is getting this giant Stanley Tumbler's
That's really
Baby.
cute
So
too.
this is really cute too. And then for her teacher, I did buy this.
Of
It's a
course you did.
little
No,
adorable.
it is.
So I want to do that for Amelia's teacher with some candy or something in there. Yeah.
Nice.
And I showed that to her and she's like, yes, I want to give that to my teacher. Okay. Um,
Very cute.
I think that's it.
Okay. I have two purchases. One was, like I said, I think last video, that I had been working on my North Pole from Primrose Cottage during 12 by 12, and I got to the color I needed, and that was the only color that I didn't have kitted up.
Mm.
And it was from Gentle Arts, and every store here in Wisconsin, like northern Wisconsin where I live, I called. They hadn't got their shipment from them, and so I broke down, went to 123 Stitch and bought baby spinach off of them. So I got my 3 skeins. I know it says I only need 2, I think, or 1, but seeing it's so hard to get, I was like, I'm just gonna buy 3 so that I have enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I need that much, but yeah, like I said, I just didn't want to deal with it again. Then when I was talking to Heather one night, I was looking up like indie dyed floss.
Mm-hmm.
And so I purchased from Pirate and Robin. And I got some of their one-offs.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 2 of this one is Black Delphine.
Mm-hmm.
And then and she's on Etsy.
Yeah.
Then I got Ember.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Which I love. This one I love, like orange to me, but and the last color I got from them is Red Wine, which was just a really big UB40 song from back in the day that was always played at all the church festivals that I went to with my mom and like my friends from back then. So it's just like nostalgic for me. I don't know. Like this one here though, I bought because it is mine and somebody else's favorite colors together.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to start this pattern that I bought also, because every year I pick a word of the day or year, and for me this year is faith. So I bought that cross stitch pattern, and that's the thread I'm going to use with it.
Yeah.
So
That red reminded me I missed out. Chicken Lady Lynn had the most beautiful colorway and it's sold out.
Oh no.
I know. It's beautiful though.
You should send her an email.
I should, but I have a feeling it's one of those that's, I mean, here, let me pull it up. Open it. It's one of those that's like probably not very easy to duplicate.
Oh wow, it's pretty though.
Isn't it beautiful? When she posted it, I was like, oh, that's amazing. And then I forgot. And then you just showed me that. I'm like, oh, is it? Yeah,
gone. So that is all my purchases.
Okay. So then we have life. I wrote down, I was watching a podcast this week, and Nicci and I have talked about it, and we keep forgetting to mention it on here, about like, how do people organize their, like, you know, we have Ravelry for knitting and crochet, but there's no Ravelry for cross stitch. And so we've both kind of been like, oh, let's see this app, let's see that app, kind of playing around with everything. I was watching a podcast yesterday, and I came across someone mentioned this thing, and it and I didn't know what it was at first. So I kind of was looking into it, and what I found out is that, oh, I think I'm in the wrong thing. It is an app. It's a general planner app called Notion, singular, Don't put an S on the end because then it really doesn't work. It gives you other things. And it works across platforms because you have different ways of logging in. So I log in with my Google account. So it
What
will
does it
work.
take to be a genuine dancer?
Stop it. It keeps playing instead of pausing. And it's a planner app. And what you do is, hey, stop it. Mute. You can make your own templates for it, and people can then share that template for you to, you know, kind of make it easier if you're not very good at that. And I came across, she is on YouTube as Stitchy, Natty, Nati, and she sells her template on Gumroad for $5. And she has a video on Stitchy Natty where she's talking with someone showing, and it's very cool. Like you could do a whip, you can have your stash, and then she has it to where it's like stash in use, stash not in use, and then it'll show you what project it's in. You can list your projects. Somehow you can, so I'm looking into it. The Notion app seems very cool. I haven't done much with it. I just was kind of looking into it. It sounds like it can be a lot to set up. But once it's set up,
And as long as you stay on top of it.
yes. I've also, I was watching a tutorial this morning where someone put their whip go in it.
Nice.
And you can, because it's a planner app, you can have a checklist. So like your daily goals, and you can sit there and check it off. And she was able to insert that checklist into her video of, okay, these are my goals, and I did this, and this is that. And like she got it. Yeah, it was very cool. So I think I'm gonna try that. I don't know, does anybody have other ways? Like we're looking for a digital version that communicates with other people. That would be the best. Like Ravelry, like we have our stash, we have our whips, we have all.
I found apps that I like that I can put in all my patterns, all my stash, but I haven't found where I could talk to others or look at other people's to know, oh, I like that pattern. Things like that.
Yeah.
I wish, like Sarah said, I wish that we had a Ravelry for that. Not technically named that, but along those lines.
Yeah. Or that even if Ravelry opened itself up to
cross stitch.
Yeah. Because I even looked at the categories. There's not even a category that I could like make it fit. Like they don't fit. It's like knitting, crochet, machine knitting, machine, spinning, weaving.
Yeah. I think weaving's on there.
Yeah. So that was my life.
And I just want somewhere, I want somewhere that I can have my tablet, my phone linked together, just so that when I'm at a cross stitch store, do I have this pattern at home?
And there's a shopping list you could put in there,
so that I don't buy the same pattern.
Yes.
Right now, I do have like, for sure, I know I'm collecting the Prairie Schoolers, Santas. So right now I have pages on my phone. It's linked with my tablet. So like if I'm at a cross stitch store, I can go in there and I have and I can go by the year and know if I need it. Like I'm down to only needing 9 more, but I'm not going to remember those 9 when I'm standing there in a store.
No, I wouldn't. So yeah, I like that it talks across platforms. Because like Knit Companion, which I use for my knitting, and I've used it for cross stitch too. I have it on my Chromebook. I have, you know, and I can't, and I have the paid version on my Chromebook because I can just put a PDF directly in there without having to go through the extra step of Dropbox. But it doesn't talk to, it will only talk to things with the
paid version.
Google Store. So anything I did Google Store works, but my phone and my desktop are Mac, so they don't talk to each other. Yeah. Children have been out of school a lot. They had 3 days of school the last 2 weeks. with snow days, and there was a holiday last week. I was prepared for that day, but then they were out the next day because we got another snowstorm. I was going to be very upset if today was called off because we did have snow. It apparently did come late enough that the roads were not very clear this morning, but they were. I told my kids on Wednesday that I don't care if there was school or not, I'm dropping them off. They're going. They did have school. I did not leave my kids out in dangerous negatives. That's why they were out last Tuesday, not a snowstorm. It was dangerously cold. Like our high did not go above -5, I think. So
Yeah, we've been extremely cold here in the Midwest and the North. And I know across the country, it's been cold everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I have family and friends in Oklahoma. Their water has frozen. They haven't had water for 3 days. Pipes are breaking. Like it's
yeah,
not good.
Louisiana, Florida too. It's been
Yeah,
cold.
like I hope everybody's staying warm and safe. And I know that like New York, Pennsylvania today is getting hit with another huge snowstorm.
Ohio too, I think.
Yeah, I it's funny because me being in upper Wisconsin, like we're used to getting snow and we don't have any.
Yeah.
I mean, we have some now, but we had none up until last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even then, like southern Wisconsin has way more than where I am.
Mhm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. But yeah, that's all life. Like my kids have been home a lot. They've been going through a lot of food. I ended up having to go out in the negatives on Friday or Saturday because we needed food. They were home a lot. But yeah, a lot of stitching time. Yeah.
life for me is still, I still have the stitches in from my surgery. They should come out Monday. And I will be going home Monday because my husband has to go to Texas for a planned work trip that, you know, he has no choice in.
Mhm.
So I will have to take care of our big dog. And that's what happened last time I had surgery on my opposite leg is the dog landed on it. And so broke a bunch of bones when he did that. And so we're just praying that that doesn't happen again. I know for sure I will be off another 2 weeks, it looks like,
Mm.
and see what happens after that because it is my right leg, which you drive, you do everything with your right foot.
So
Yeah. So other than that, just been staying home with my mom, watching movies, talking. There's lots of crafting time, yes, but my head, I just the last 3 days are the first time since surgery that I haven't had migraines. So it's not where I'm just sitting with the project on my lap and like willing it to do it itself.
Yeah.
So that is all I have for you guys today.
Congrats. All right.
Have a good week, 2 weeks, everybody, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Keep